Hello there. Welcome to Tubi Tuesday. I'm Scotty. You're not. This is the final Tubi Tuesday of the summer times. The summer comes to an end. Second to last day of the summer, y'all. To me, summer starts the 1st of June, ends the 1st of September. I know it's like the 20th to the 20th, but that's the Xbox I hear. I was like, I still hear something running. Running? Those pricks are running. Running? If Rome wanted to run, you wouldn't be here right now. Or if Rome wanted to shoot you, you wouldn't be here right now. Anyway, we're talking about Chopping Mall. It's a movie I heard about. It's a cheesy 80s slasher, and after watching this, it is a cheesy 80s slasher where the slasher killers are actually robots that are in charge of guarding this mall, which is played by the Galleria Mall. We have Barbara Crampton in here. I swear one of the guys is from one of the Friday the 13th movies, maybe 2 or 4, I mean. I swear he played a guy named Jeff. Or was that the Star Mummy guy? I don't remember. Whatever, but actors in here. There's one guy with the douchebag 80s hair, and this is the guy that's just chewing gum all the time. Like, he just had sex with a very lovely woman, and he's chewing gum. Like, earlier there's a scene where he's got his face down there, like he's underneath the covers. She's like, I don't like doing that. But then the next scene, they get done, and he's chewing gum, and I'm like, did he have the gum in his mouth the whole time they were having sex? Because what if he get lost down there? I don't think about it, but yeah. And so the story here is that this group of teenagers or young adults are going to sneak into the Gallery Mall to get together and have sex and stuff. And they just introduced these new mall robots that are to guard the place. And you'll be fine as long as you have the key card and stuff, which they do have, but they get hit by lightning like 3 times, and so they malfunction. Which, of course, you want something robotic to malfunction, all you gotta do is you hit it with lightning, which is why I don't think it's ever going to be everything automated like they do in the future movies, because it's just too. Someone gets struck by lightning, it's going to go on a killing spree. I'm just saying. But, yeah. So, yes. Kelly, I believe, is our main character. Is his name Kelly or something like that? And she's meeting this guy named Ferdy. And it's very obvious they're going to be the final two, because they're the ones that they're not having sex, they're watching movies, they're laughing, they're just being like normal people and not sex crazed teens, which is like, okay, they're going to survive the rest. All of that. There's pretty good kills in here. Like the one chick with the big boobs, who's the girlfriend of the douchebag guy. Like, he gets his throat slit off camera, but she gets her head blowed up. It's like the best kill in this movie, man. We have Dick Miller, which should have hinted me as to who produced this film. I watched this and this is one cheesy as hell horror movie. And then I looked it up. This movie was produced by Roger Corman and his wife Julie. So yeah, that's why we get tits. That's why everything is just kind of sleazy. That's why it's cheesy, sleazy, cheesy, and the tits are breezy. Okay? I'm just saying, this is Roger Corman to a T. We get a cameo from Dick Miller playing Walter Paisley. I don't think it's the same character from Bucket of Blood, which is a good movie, by the way. Because he died in that movie, but he has a line that I love, that is the end line of the extended Dead Meat intro. Keep laughing, you guys, because if I ever catch the bastards who did this, they're dead meat. I love that line. I say it all the time in the extended intros on Dead Meat. I love that line, and I say it here. And I watched like 3 reviews, with the clip reviews, and I said every time that I love that line. I love Dick Miller, may he rest in peace. And he plays janitor. And he's mopping the floor, and one of the robots come in and they electrocute him. It's kind of stupid because like a taser that goes on there and then it activates and just electrocutes him. Like I said, the best is the chick with the big boobs, whose name I can't remember. Why do I call her the chick with the big boobs? Because that's how she gets this guy. She's like, it's Mike, the douchebag guy, Mike. She's like, go get me some cigarettes. And he's like, well, I think, what's-his-face leaves a pack of Camels. Camels? No, I only smoke Virgin Lights. Well, it's a cigarette machine. You remember when it used to be a thing? There were cigarette machines everywhere, not nowhere. Like everything is smoking and non-smoking, and cigarette vending machines. Jeez, a lot of pop machines are still around. Although $2 for a bottle of pop's a little steep, sometimes, but not what it is. And that's where he gets attacked. He shows his badge that he has, and he's like, "Clatu Virata Nicto." I'm like, okay, this is the day the Earth stood still, which is correct. The correct reference. Those of you might say, you mean Army of Darkness? Well, one, Army of Darkness hadn't come out yet, and two, did it in the day the Earth stood still first. And I guess there's characters from Star Wars named Klaatu, Virata, and Nikto. I don't know. I'm a Star Wars nerd and I don't even know that. Or Nikto, whatever. But anyway, yeah, so then he gets attacked. We don't see what happens to him, and he gets his throat slit off screen. His girlfriend, chick with the big boobs. I gotta keep calling her that because I don't remember her name. Chick with the big boobs comes out, and that's how she gets him. She's like, and Mike, hurry up. So she's the chick with the big boobs. I'm pretty sure that's why Roger Corman hired her. This was the 1980s after all, and Roger Corman was the king of sleaze and cheese, and tits swaying in the breeze. That's, so I'm pretty sure that's, what we're supposed to think of her as. And if I knew her name, I would call her by her name. I don't think she's Kelly. And Suze, whatever, that's Barbara Crampton. And Barbara Crampton's great. Love Barbara Crampton, Reanimator, and From Beyond. But she is a little too much in this movie. She's a little whiny in this movie, and she ends up dead. Everyone but the two people, Ferdy and Kelly, or whatever her name is, are the two that survive. They basically destroy these robots. There's 5 of them, I believe. And, it's just robots getting destroyed. I think there's cool ways, but it's just, robots getting destroyed. And then, yeah, the score for this is like a synth score. Sometimes it's cool, and sometimes it seems like overkill. Reminds me of the score to It Follows. It Follows has a great score, but sometimes it gets a little grating. Like, I love the score. I would give that score a 10 out of 10 for ranking scores. That's one of the top scores, right? Superman, the movie, It Follows, great score. But maybe go a little overboard on the synth in this, but it's still good, And it's cheesy. This movie is like an hour and 15 minutes or so. It's breezes through. It's not that long. It's a nice watch. If you love your cheesy slasher flicks, you're going to like this. A part of me wants to think, what would it be like if this was a cheesy slasher flick with a slasher killer? Because my thought was, what if instead of a lightning strike, they were reprogrammed, and it's revealed that it was the one chick with the big boobs' dad, who didn't like her boyfriend, who did it to go after and kill all her friends, but she got killed instead. Now, that wouldn't, if they were to do that, she would have to be one of the final girls, as well as the douchebag guy, Mike. So, yeah, I don't know how that would work. Unless you make Kelly and the chick with the big boobs sisters, and then the chick with the big boobs dies, but didn't mean to, and he's like, she wasn't supposed to die. She wasn't supposed to die. Your sister wasn't supposed to die. So Kelly has to come in there and take the, Now, I don't remember all the names perfectly. Like, for all you know, you're just coming at the scream, Kelly was the chick with the big boobs. Or what's her name then? I don't know. But, yeah. And I'm not trying to sound derogatory with that. I just don't know her name. I don't remember her name. So that's how I have to remember her by, is that. I'm sorry if that's derogatory and if that's sexist. I'm sorry. But I just can't remember her name. So that's what I have to refer her by, because her one trait in the movie, hurry back. Yeah. But yeah, I did enjoy this. I'm gonna give it a middle of the road. I'm gonna give it a middle of the road. It's cheesy fun, and I do recommend it. So that brings us to the end of the Tubi Tuesdays for this month. I still have to record the rest of the Stephen King Saturday nights, but I'm taking a break. I may record one more video today. That if I do, it goes up on Saturday. But don't, well, this is sat. This is. It will already be up if I did it. But anyway, thank you for watching. What are your thoughts on Shopping Mall? In the comments below, you should like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I've been Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.